Hello, this is Dr.Chobbsy, and welcome back to another video. I'm sure you've heard about the coronavirus pandemic that is sweeping the globe at the moment, also known as COVID-19. But do you know how the virus works, or why it is so important to keep to the measures the local authorities are imposing to limit the spread of this new threat to humanity? Here I'm going to let you know how the virus replicates and spreads so easily, as well as tell you why it causes the symptoms that doctors are telling you to look out for. But first, if you could hit the like and subscribe buttons, I would really appreciate it. As of recording this video, there are 681,000 confirmed cases of the virus and 32,000 confirmed deaths, according to figures from the John Hopkins University, which you can find a link to in the description. The virus originated in Wuhan, China, with the worst affected regions currently being in Europe, notably Italy and Spain, with Iran also having a high death rate and the USA currently having a high number of confirmed cases. This virus shows little sign of slowing down at the moment, so these numbers are set to increase daily. This particular virus is new to the human population, and so we do not have any defences available to us to fight it straight away. This is unlike other more common viruses such as influenza and the common cold. But what makes this virus spread so quickly? Well, like other viruses, coronavirus cannot replicate or grow by itself. It needs to infect other cells and hijack their replication processes in order to survive. The virus consists of genetic information, in this case a single piece of single-strand RNA, encapsulated within a membrane held together by a series of proteins, one of which, called protein S, protrudes from the surface. The virus enters our bodies via our airways, and typically infects the cells in the upper respiratory tract and throat, causing mild symptoms, before travelling into the lungs, causing more severe symptoms. The virus attaches to protein receptors, called ACE2, on the epithelial cells lining these areas using protein S. It tricks the cell, referred to as a host cell, into absorbing the virus, releasing the genetic material into the cell cytoplasm. Here, the virus's RNA find one of the host cell's ribosomes, which begins to transcribe the sequence into one long amino acid chain. And this process you can find out more about in the video linked here. This amino acid chain is cut down to form all of the required proteins that the virus needs to replicate, including proteins to create copies of the virus's RNA that it will need to make new viruses. All of the other viral components form together in the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi body to create new virus particles, which then take up the new copies of the virus's RNA and make their way to the edge of the cell to leave and infect new healthy cells to begin the process all over again. This process happens multiple times inside the same cell until the cell is so busy making new viral components that it cannot maintain itself properly. The result of this for us is damage to the lining of our airways. This damage and the presence of the new viruses causes discomfort along our airways, leading to dry coughing, one of the major symptoms of an infection. This, combined with subsequent inhalation, can cause the virus to relocate to other parts of our respiratory system, including the lungs, and also cause the virus to leave our bodies in small droplets of liquid. These droplets can be inhaled by a healthy person nearby or transferred to surfaces and objects by our hands for someone else to pick up later. This is the main method of transmission, and the more viruses that you inhale by being around infected people, the more severe your symptoms can be. So it's vitally important to contain any coughing in tissues, washing hands immediately, and keeping surfaces clean. Inside of our bodies, our immune system gets to action trying to neutralise the coronavirus. It tries to neutralise infected cells while also intercepting loose viruses that have been released into the mucus layer that lines our airways. As part of this response, as with most other infections, a range of different proteins and cell types are involved. One of the byproducts of this is an increase in temperature at the infected site due to a series of proteins called cytokines. The presence of coronavirus hyperstimulates the immune response, causing it to overreact to the situation and recruit more cells and use more cytokines, which causes a large increase in temperature. This spreads to other parts of the body by the blood, which is constantly pumping, causing a general raised temperature in the body, which is known as a fever, another major symptom of infection. In more severe cases, cells that operate as part of our immune system also get overstimulated and will start attacking healthy cells as well as infected ones in the area. The infection site essentially becomes a war zone, and these healthy cells are collateral damage from the attempts to remove the infected cells. This, in addition to the damage that the virus is doing anyway, leads to our lungs having less surface area to transport oxygen into our blood, and the debris making it harder for us to breathe. The third major symptom that healthcare professionals are telling us to look out for as an effect of the virus. People with pre-existing respiratory conditions, such as asthma, are particularly at risk of having severe breathing issues due to the underlying nature of their conditions, and are particularly vulnerable if they become infected with the coronavirus. The damage can also lead to bacteria taking up residence in the lungs, leading to pneumonia, which can be fatal. So, what can we do to stop ourselves and others getting the virus? Well, the first thing to do is prevent the infection spreading. This means staying at home as much as is physically possible. Don't go out to crowded areas or events, or organise gatherings of family and friends. Try to work from home where you can, and if you display any of the three symptoms, a dry cough, fever, and breathing difficulties, then stay at home in self-isolation and avoid all contact with any healthy individuals. Also, washing your face and hands with soap is one of the best ways to stop the virus from infecting you, as soap inactivates and destroys the virus. Above all, follow the advice of your local authorities. It may not be convenient right now, but it will help prevent the coronavirus from infecting and potentially killing millions of people worldwide, including those that you may care about. Oh, and this is a respiratory virus, not a stomach or intestinal virus. You don't need to panic buy toilet paper for this one. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it helps you understand more about how this virus works and why it causes symptoms, and how to prevent it from infecting you and those around you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. If you could like and subscribe before you leave, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.